Hi, welcome to the 5-Minute Bible Talk with Reverend Kathy. This is Jonah and the Big Fish Part 2. We've been talking about how to read the stories in the Bible, and Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, wrote in his book Mysteries of Genesis that as man is a threefold being, spirit, soul, and body, so the Bible is a trinity in unity. It is body as a book of history, soul as a teacher of morals, and spirit as a teacher of the mysteries of being. So we've taken the book of Jonah from the Hebrew scriptures, and last week we looked at it historically. This week we're going to look at it morally, because truly the book was written as a moral teaching more than the history, for it was written 300 years after the life of the real prophet Jonah. And it was written to help people open up to a greater understanding, to evolve into a greater understanding of their God. And the story basically was that God sent Jonah to Nineveh to preach the good word so they would repent. Jonah didn't want to do it because those people in Nineveh were the others. They were the enemy, not worth saving. But through a series of events, Jonah changed his mind and went to Nineveh and preached the good word, and they repented. And when they repented, Jonah was so upset and so angry, and he went outside the city and threw a hissy fit. And he said to God, didn't I tell you? This is why I ran away. Didn't I tell you? For I knew that you were a gracious God and merciful, slow to anger, and ready to relent from punishment, abounding in steadfast love. And they repented, and that's just not okay. They're not worth it. And God said, what right do you have to be angry? And he caused a bush to grow to give Jonah shade. And then the next day caused a worm to cut down the bush. And Jonah was angry that the bush died. And God said, you're concerned about the bush for which you did not labor and for which you did not grow. Should I not be more concerned about Nineveh, a town of over 100,000 people? And all the animals? Should I not be more concerned about them? And so the book was written to help the Israelites expand their idea, their concept of God. The book of Noah showed a God that was quick to anger, quick to smite everybody who was in the wrong, living not according to God's laws. And now we come to Jonah, where God is saving all. And it was talking to the Israelites about the morality of that. You believe that there's one God, but that one God is a God of all then. And everybody has access to the mercy and to the grace and to that steadfast love, to that act of forgiveness. Because we're each growing in our own knowingness of our divine presence and our own divinity. And so morally, let us look at that for ourselves. In this environment of politically charged time, do we sometimes forget when we're thinking or feeling or spewing, do we forget that we're all connected? There's only one divine presence and energy that flows through each one of us. And though we may not agree, we are still all have access to that wisdom and to that love and to that grace and to that mercy. It's a wonderful teaching for today for us to really think about those people that we consider to be the other or the enemy are not. We are brothers and sisters connected by that divine love. And in that love and in that grace and in the divine mercy, we can find our commonality and be in integrity and compassion with one another. So that's Jonah and the moral teaching. You might find something even more about that as you read that book. Next week, we're going to look at the spiritual teachings and see what it has to say to our own inner Christ. Take care. Blessings.